All right, fellas. All right, man. All right, man. What's going on? What's going on? Don Juan in the building. This is Knicks fans. Oh man, you see it now. Now I'm over here stumbling. I'm over here starting the intro with the show, man. I'm calling it Knicks fans, man. These fucking modelos are getting to me, man. But it's Knicks wilding out here, episode 74. I'm with my guy Zbo, of course. You already know how we do out here, man. How you feeling tonight, man?
Feeling good, bro. Yo, bro, don't even worry about the intro. I ain't gonna lie, I was stumbling last week too. I was like, you know what? Shout out to TripleM because for him to be doing this for the 70 plus episodes we've been doing,
Facts,
this is not easy. So definitely
facts.
miss my boy, man, for
Yeah,
sure.
shout out to my guy TripleM, man. He's out and doing father having a cater to his family right now as he's on parental leave. You feel me? But I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure he's back home, cozied up with the kids and the baby moms. And watching this Nick game, which is not that impressive, but maybe we could pull a comeback here as this game unfolds. But we're not here to talk about that game. We're here to talk about what the Knicks' recent play has been, and it actually has been quite impressive, honestly, if you
yeah.
ask me. But since I've been gone, we've moved. We got a couple guys. Well, not a couple. Well, actually, we do got a few guys on our team.
Got a
Some
few
new
guys, yeah,
acquisitions
bro.
on the team, which has changed the dynamic a bit, man. And I'm excited. And I'm excited.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, bro. I forgot that, obviously you weren't here last week. I asked Omar. We kind of went through it. I know Triple M went ahead and gave his 2 cents on everything on the trade. But
Facts,
honestly,
facts.
bro, I wanted to get your perspective too, bro. Like how you feel about, your man quickly, RJ Barrett. These are like homegrown guys that are not here on the team no more. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously OG's been here for a few games. It's been going great. It's looking like it's going great for those guys, but yeah, Don Juan, personally for you, bro, how you feel? Like how you feel about the whole trade? I definitely want to get Triple M's perspective too. So
Facts. Well, initially, of course, it's gonna hurt. Is our guys, is guys that we, like you mentioned, homegrown. We've seen them since day one. Draft picks from RJ being a top pick in that draft, top three, and then IQ being the steal of his draft. Like we've seen these guys grow from being kids to where they at now, and obviously we could talk about the greatness of IQ, of how he's risen up to the top, been one of the better players on our team, to maybe even overstepping like a guy like RJ in terms of skill. But that I'm not here to knock nobody down either. Obviously, they both seeing them both on another team, especially on a division rival, definitely hurts. But I understand it's a business, and there's also an opportunity a lot bigger for them on that team. So I wish those guys well. Obviously the trade it hurts because it's two guys for, and realistically we were trading two for one, and I think it was a slight overpay, low key. Obviously, is a guy that a wing player comes at an expense. These guys go at a premium, so you have to give up talent, and realistically, I think it was worth it. I'm gonna just say it's a slight overpay because of the value that a guy like him brings to our team, and as if these few games have passed, we have seen the value he has brought to us. But I'm still torn because even IQ put out a letter today, and it was pretty heartfelt. He let us know how he felt because obviously, just like those guys are human. They're not just robots. They have emotions too. They have ties in the community. They have ties within the team, and it hurts. It hurts to wake up, especially when you don't really feel like you're gonna get traded. The most that we've heard, because there was no rumors. Obviously people speculate and they assume like, oh, they have to trade these guys, they have to trade these guys. But the
right.
most the most common name that we've heard in terms of trades has been
Oh,
Fournier and picks. Like it hasn't really been IQ. It hasn't really been RJ. And even RJ, it was even more surprising because this is a guy that we felt like was a core part of the core. And if we were to get an OG, it was to pair him up with the three guys, Jalen
right.
Brunson, Randall, and RJ. But it is great though. I mean, look at these last 5 games. You seen what OG has brought to this team, and what he is. I mean, he's a great defender, three
Yeah,
and D type of guy. He's big as fuck. He's not your slim 6'8" type player. Like the guy is probably just as big as Randall. Honestly, when I see them
yeah,
side by side, them guys get to it, and maybe Randall even feels inspired. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like seeing the energy
You've been
that
seeing him
OG
run the floor a
brings.
little more, right?
He
You
like,
seem
yo, I
you
gotta
feel,
get on the floor. I gotta,
you
hustle
gotta
for the ball.
run
I
it.
gotta do this,
Hey,
that. Like it's been pretty impressive what I've seen this team look like with OG. And I mean, 5-0 is just goes to show you that, and the way they're winning these games with the point
right.
differential and all that, it goes to show you how what we were missing and what OG brings to this team, man. So I'm definitely
Nah,
excited to see what this team is gonna look like, especially come come playoffs time. Not to say that we're showing in the playoffs, but it does look like pretty good. It looks pretty good, and
right.
and it seems like the team isn't done either. We still
Nah,
got a bunch of first round picks, Evan Fournier's contract, and maybe somebody else gets traded too with those along with that.
that's a fact. And I do gotta ask you a few things real quick, Don Juan, because number one, I ain't gonna lie. Listen, I'm a follow. I do follow the Raptors IG page. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I've been keeping an eye. I still keep an eye on my guys. Like Barrett actually had a really good. He actually had a 30. He had a 30 ball against. I think it was the Warriors where he was just going
Cooking
crazy.
against
He
them.
was cooking, man. And Emmanuel quickly, man. I'm not gonna like. I see, like honestly, I see the fit. Honestly, makes sense. Like I know you feel, obviously losing those players and the picks, it is rough. But I feel like it's a win-win, bro. Because looking how quick, the way quickly is looking right now as the starting point guard and seeing, just seeing the pressure of RJ is, I ain't gonna lie. I've been eyeing my guys just to make sure they good. I don't know about you. You be you
Nah,
do you do the
I
same?
have. I have.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm still, like I said, I'm gonna still root for them. Once a Nick, always a Nick, right? So it definitely hurts. And the good thing we could probably say, even though they're on a rival team, we're gonna see them 4 times a year. So we're
Yeah.
gonna
So
see them.
it's
They're gonna see us. Like it's gonna be a lot of homecomings, a lot of revenge games. But that's at the end of the day, we can't fear to make a move because of those things. Like sometimes
yeah.
you gotta make a move with even somebody that you're in court with, that you're suing. So that's
Yeah,
the
bro.
reality. And like you said, it's a win-win for both sides because it seems like those guys are happy with their team. The
Hmm.
team also has been really welcoming because they also needed guards. They needed that type of guard play.
It's a
And as
fact.
you've seen,
And the 3-point shooting too.
they've been and 3 point shooting, they've been let loose. Like both of those guys got the green light. We're over here.
Hmm.
Maybe IQ had the green light, but it was almost still with that hesitancy that I gotta get
With
the ball to
limited shots.
Randall, I gotta get the
Right.
ball to Brunson. So it definitely
Nah.
is a load off of their back and less pressure, man. So I'm enjoying both sides of it, and a guy like IQ, my expectation is, was eventually a starter. Once we got Brunson, that changed, and so it's nice to see that even the Knicks are making moves where it benefits both sides. So maybe a guy that could be on the Knicks and he's like, nah, but these guys are gonna look out for me instead of throwing you to the dumpster fire and saying, nah, man, you're not on our team. Like everybody's gonna win on this. Everybody's gonna win.
Nah, yeah, that's a fact, bro. Like I said, I think I told Omar, bro, I can honestly, as far as the ceiling for quickly, I could see him being a Tyrese Maxey type of player. Like that's always been my vision for him.
I
So,
could see that too.
they're the same size. I mean, their handles, offensive game is really good. They're a really good playmakers. So I definitely see that. And just real quick, bro, the last question I asked you because I was thinking about this today. I was FaceTime my guy TripleM, make sure he's good. And I low key peeped from the corner of my eye. I seen that RJ Barrett jersey he bought his son. And I'm thinking
Mm,
in the back of my head, like, is this like a Knicks RJ Barrett jersey? Do we consider this as like a Melo, like a
mm.
Houston, Allen Houston, Latrell Sprewell jersey? Like, is this a jersey we could rock even after he's gone? I mean, he was the third pick. It's been a little inconsistent, but is this something you'll definitely be rocking for the rest of the season?
Nah, I don't think I'll ever rock it. I'm gonna probably just keep it in the stash, low key. I mean, I literally got the jersey his rookie year. Like I thought, not that I thought he was the guy, but we had a top three pick. Like I expected this guy to become a superstar, borderline star, like type player, or at least borderline all star. And that was the ceiling that I have. Well, not the ceiling, but that was like the floor that I had, and ceiling obviously superstar. And so I bought into the RJ hype. So of course I'm a little bit more connected to this jersey. I'm not gonna burn it like some fans out there, flip flopping like, no, he got traded not because he wanted to. The Knicks traded him. So if it would have been on some bad blood like KP, maybe I would have considered something like that. But now I'm gonna keep it in the stash. You know, he is a guy, like he said recently. He was part of the building blocks that got us here. He was part of the bad teams, and guess what? Even if he got traded, he got us a piece like OG. So he's literally part of what has gotten us to this level, like this day today. So I'm appreciative. I'm always gonna be appreciative. I'm not gonna act a fool, burn rip jerseys. Nah, I'm gonna just keep it in the cut. And honestly, because of that, that might be the last jersey I buy, unless it's like some legendary
No
stuff. Like,
Brunson, no Brunson, no
I
the
mean, I
Randall
might
jersey is
consider a
low. The
Brunson,
Randall
but
jersey is loaded for me. I'll be honest. It doesn't matter
yeah.
what happens. The Randall jersey, you definitely gonna see me for these home games. Like I'm planning on going to the Magic jersey. You definitely like
Okay.
I'm yeah. Nah, the Randall jersey is definitely coming. Is definitely has to be
I
in the
think I'm gonna
collection for
stick to
sure, bro.
merch, Knicks merch, and solely Knicks merch from now on. No more jerseys, man. Because when the guy
Hey,
gets traded, man, he just not only does it hurt your pockets, man, it hurts my heart, man. It hurts my heart, man.
that's
So
true. Nah,
I can't
you
deal with
right.
another heartbreak like this, man. But moving on here,
Right.
man.
You heard TripleM. We don't want to see you in the Barrett. We don't want to see your son in that Barrett jersey. That's it.
Hey, but that might be his. He grew up with Barrett, so that might be a little something different.
I guess. We'll
Hey,
go with that.
Hey man, let Mason rock his favorite player's jersey, man. You never know. Even though it could be
Mm.
Julius, man. It could be Julius. But moving on here, man. So how now that we got a few games under our belt, we got to see how OG fit with this team. How do you feel about the team with OG? And have you changed your stance on him? Because I know you had some strong feelings about him way before, to the point where you were betting under on him when we played Toronto not too long ago. You played the under points, and I think I'm not even sure if he hit it or not. But
Nah, I hate on that one. He actually
okay,
went
okay.
under. He
So
went
you hit
under.
on that one. But
Yeah.
you were a downer on him. Like, have you changed your stance on him? And how does the team look now with a guy like OG?
Oh, no, yeah, bro. I definitely changed. I've changed my stance. I'm not even gonna say here in front. Like, yeah, I see the hype, bro. Like, I definitely see the hype. The fact that this guy can literally guard 1 through 5. He will guard. I mean, we saw him in Spurs during the Minnesota game guarding Karl Anthony Towns. So to have a guy that can literally guard 1 through 5 is something rare, bro. Like I honestly can probably only think of like 3, 4 people right now in the league that can go ahead and guard on 1 through 5 positions at an elite level. And so the fact that we do have one of those guys is great. And just in the offensive end too, I mean, this is a guy that doesn't necessarily need the ball in his hands. Like, bro, he's a great cutter. Like he knows when to cut to the basket. He has really good instincts. And also too, I just didn't notice how explosive is, bro. He's explosive. Like when he's in the basket, like he dunks it with like ferocity, like with a lot of energy. And that was always my, I mean, not to bring it back to Barrett, but that was always my knock a little bit on Barrett, is that even though he was, he was big, 6'8", I feel like he didn't play to his height. OG he plays bigger than six
Plays a
eight. Like
lot bigger,
he
yeah.
doesn't matter. Yeah, he's a strong dude. And so on the offensive end, again, he doesn't need that. He doesn't need the ball in his hands. Like again, he's a great corner. He's a great corner three shooter. He's been automatic from there. And like I said, man, the offensive, it just seems like it flows better because I mean, if you notice with Barrett, I mean, you need, there was an emphasis to get him the ball so that we can go and get him hot. With OG, that's not necessarily it. Same thing with Quickly too. Like even because there would be those lineups with Brunson and Randall, and yeah, at times you would see that disconnect because obviously this is a man that does need in the ball in his hands to go get and play making. So to have somebody like that, I mean, right now OG's only averaging like 10 shots per game, and so for you to and the rest of it, they just leave it to Jalen and Randall to go ahead and do their thing. So it takes the load off them. It takes the load off Randall and Julius and basically everyone else on the team. And so, yeah, bro. I mean, this is a guy that brings it on the defensive end every single time. And the biggest thing too is that the energy has changed. Like I don't know if you noticed, man, but the energy on defense has changed because, listen, on a few of the guys that OG has guarded, like Anthony Edwards, for perfect example. He still had his. I think he had his 30. He still had his 30. But if you
Still
notice,
drop
it
buckets, right?
was the it was the yeah it was the other guys on that team that really had an off day. So I feel like because people know that OG is gonna guard the number one guy. Because on our team, I feel like one of the pluses on our team is that we have B plus defenders. Like Dante's a great on the ball defender. Josh Hart, obviously, great on ball defender. So it takes those guys can go ahead and cook and take the second best, third best offensive player on the team, and they'll do well. So I feel like because he's so good on defense, even if even if he gets burned one or two plays, you still have those guys that are still B plus defenders that are like really thriving in that role. So nah, yeah, bro. It's been a smooth transition offensively, like I said, and then defensively, it's gelling well. Like he's able to take the load off Brunson, which was definitely needed because Brunson was the one that was always that would always be looked at on offense to go ahead and cook. And so yeah, man, it's been better than I expected.
Yeah,
So
no, I completely agree with you on all ends, man. Especially like you mentioned and highlighted the team energy. The team energy all around, like all around on both ends of the floor. It's emphatic. I don't know. It's like whatever OG brought is contagious because we see the defense seems awake. That defense that we saw at the beginning of the year, it has been restored, and I was starting to get worried after the whole Mitchell Robinson injury that damn, we missing Mitch, and then the way that we were playing, it seemed like we forgot to play defense. It's just a fuck it, let's just play offense, and we saw that, and that wasn't our best style of play, even though we did win a few games with that style, but that wasn't a style that was going to be sustainable for the whole year, and we knew that, and clearly the team knew that, especially after some ugly losses, and not ugly losses in a sense where you know we got blown out, but losses that we could have won if we just played a little different and we made the move
If we just executed better on defense, I agree 100%,
because we
bro.
played we played OKC and we played the Magic, and I felt like those games made something evident, which is why the team was like forced to make that move, and they
Right.
got OG, and like I said, the defense is back. The
Yeah, bro.
offense is even better. It looks more
Hmm.
fluid, a lot more passing, a lot more activity off the ball. Where I felt like players before would just sit down around and
And just wait
like
for the
you said,
ball.
just wait
Yeah.
for the ball. And players are now cutting, they're slashing. Like it's just a lot more team friendly basketball, and it seems like
Right.
every guy is willing to make that extra pass, which has been fun to watch, honestly. And it's not that clunky offense that we were used to seeing back then. And honestly, this offense playing this style of play, it's a way that we could catch a lot of teams sleeping, and it
Right.
opens up the court for everybody to contribute because as you've seen, I mean, obviously the Randalls and the Brunsons have done their thing, but any given night it could be DiVincenzo that could blow up, or it could be OG that could blow up,
Could
shit
be
Grimes could
Grimes.
blow up, or it could be McBride like the other
Yeah,
night against
right.
the Sixers who had a pretty good game.
Right.
So I just think it opens up an opportunity for anybody to step up and contribute. So I'm excited to see how this unfolds. And man, this team has gotten me excited, bro. Even though,
I'm excited.
5-0, but as I came across a tweet talking about how the Knicks are favored in their next 18 games. This is something that we honestly haven't seen much as of late or recent
Yeah.
years because the Knicks have always mainly have been underdogs. So the
Right.
fact that they are favored in 18 games in a row, we're on a 5-0, we're on a 5-game winning streak. So are we gonna win 23 games here, Anthony?
Bro,
Is this really gonna happen here, Zebo?
we just might, bro. I mean, listen, my one of my biggest concerns that I had, 2023 like this season was the fact that we just not beating the elite teams. And look at what's literally happened in January. We beat the number one team in the West. We beat the Sixers, which is a team that I was like, yo, this is a team that we could definitely pass. And so, for us to get our two biggest wins, and now, I mean, at this point, I don't want to say we're gonna cruise, but we're facing teams where, like you said, we are favored. So there's no reason why we shouldn't. As long as we keep the play consistent, there's no reason why we can't win these games. I mean, obviously, right now, I don't know if you noticed, but my eyes been going back and forth from the TV. It's not looking, it's looking a little shaky right now, but still, though, this is again perfect example with Dallas, bro. This is definitely a game that we should win. And so, yeah, no, I expect us to go on a little run right here, and for us to honestly create space to, to go ahead and, go ahead for that number 3 spot. So they're in the perfect position right now.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, there's no way. Obviously, they're gonna go on a 23 game win streak. But I seen
A
Zebo
10
making
game, 10
bets.
game.
I seen Zebo make some bets. I just wanted to see if he's feeling hot right now. You feel he's feeling
I
spicy? He's
mean,
gonna throw
listen, bro,
another
I
10
said,
game
yeah, yeah, nah. And I said 50 wins. So this is like the perfect time
to
for us
build
to
on
be
that.
cruising. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Now I hear
So
that. And look,
because 50 wins pretty it seems reasonable now.
it is.
Like it seems very reasonable. So we just need to, just need to get it together. Like in this Dallas game that I keep eyeing on. But
Hey,
we
and
gonna
then
be
look,
good.
there's one more fact too. 10 of those 18 games are against teams 500 or below. So
Oh, see,
we're gonna
that's
face
automatic.
more than half of those games are gonna be with teams that we've been feasting on,
The whole
and
season.
12 of those 18 are at home. So we're back home. The Knicks do well at home. So I mean,
Hmm.
I'm excited. I'm excited because it just the energy, even the fans, bro. Even the fans. Obviously, when the trade happened, there was a lot of chaos with Knicks Twitter and just overall because obviously fans were tied to all these guys, to IQ and RJ. And then some people didn't see. I mean, like Zebo here, he didn't see what OG would bring. So it definitely caused a little bit of a divide within the organization. But after 5 games of OG kind of showing us what he got, the team with good energy and good spirits, and then with some games coming down here that we're gonna be playing, that it's like, damn, we could really build something. Like team, it
Right.
seems like the fan base is believing that we're damn near a contender, damn near a contender. Which no, Embiid, he's already hurt. The Bucks, they're on a little rut
Defense.
here. Even though they
Yeah,
won today,
defensively, but defensively,
they've
they're
been
just not.
shaky.
They just, yeah,
They
it's
had some
shaky.
pretty bad losses as of late, and then it's just the Celtics at the top, and realistically, man, second seed, third seed is really right there, man. We just need to
Yeah,
grab it and stick to this bull that we riding,
exactly.
man.
Yeah, no, I agree, bro. Like I said, if we can avoid Boston in the playoffs until if we can avoid them to like the Eastern Conference Finals, that'd be great because I'll be honest, because of what I've seen the last few years from Boston, they don't necessarily scare me. Like again, Miami took them down a few times,
Facts.
and before that it was Milwaukee. So they can be beaten. So yeah, bro, I think the objective right now is to try to go for that 3-2 seed and see where it goes from there.
Yeah. Well, the thing for me is that, although everything's groovy right now and whatnot, I am a little worried that, we are missing a little punch off the bench, low key. Like, obviously, it's going to be tough to replace IQ, but I just don't think, that's been the weakness of our team so far is the bench unit. We have had some good moments, but
Right.
it's been shaky more often than not. And it's still 5 games. Obviously, the team is still getting adjusted, especially with like guys like McBride or just the new continuity that needs to be built within that second unit. It's gonna take some time,
Right.
but I do think trade deadline is approaching. We're hearing the rumors of whether the Knicks are gonna acquire Dejounte Murray or the Knicks are
Malcolm
looking
Brogdon.
speaking to Portland for Mark Brogdon, or just speculations of, oh yeah, but Jazz are gonna blow it up, Jordan Clarkson, or some fans I even heard bringing back Alec Burks, which
Saw
I
that.
mean that'd be nice if it takes a second round pick only, right? But
Right.
we'll see how things unfold. But there is a lot of players that I do think could fill that hole and that void of IQ. Obviously, IQ is IQ, but I mean, I wouldn't mind getting someone like Malcolm Brogdon, who was the former six man of the year. He was the guy that beat IQ out of the six man of the year last season. So why not try to get him and boost up your bench? He's a guy that knows his role. He's a guy that he got one more year on his deal, of course, but it's still reasonable. And you're gonna trade him for a 4 years contract. So money wise, I feel like there's a way to work, but he knows his role. He plays defense. He's 6'4". He's not like a small 6'4" either. Guy plays bigger than what he is. He's a winning player. He's championship winner. Played for Bucks, Celtics. Like the guy is a winning player, and I would love to have him on this team. And like I said, he's not. He's a guy that could play on ball, can play off ball. He's perfect for a free flowing offense like we look today. So man, if we could get him, man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit just solely focused on him. The Jonte Murray stuff has been swirling for a while now, but I'm really zoned in on or zeroed in on my guy Malcolm Brogdon, low key, maybe high key.
Listen, bro, I to be honest, Don Juan, I gotta low key disagree, bro. Like, and maybe this is because I'm just off the high of the 5 game winning streak, man. But I honestly feel like I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if we kept the same team. I'll be
Yeah,
honest with you. Because and maybe it's just because the last 5 games the bench has played really well. After they gave Deuce McBride this extension, he's just been going off, man. Like he's been again. This is a homegrown guy, so we've seen him in spurts, but seeing him in consistent minutes has been great, bro. I mean, again, his shot is a little shaky, but it seems like it's improving.
much improved.
Obviously, yeah, much improved. He obviously brings it defensively. His playmaking is not necessarily there because he's more of a 3 and D guy. But I've seen him when he's in lineups with Jalen or with Randall, with people that can actually play and make like Josh Hart. He's been thriving, bro. So and Quinn Grimes too. Like we gotta shout him out because we were dogging him in
Yeah.
December, November because we like, yo, come on. Like honestly, to be honest, he was the one that we were talking about that he had to be in a trade package, and he's obviously changed that narrative too because his shooting has just been has been great, and
Mhm.
so and also I told Omar last week, the one person I really did like off the trade is Precious, man. Precious Achua. I don't know how you feel about him, but I think he's gonna be big. We spoke about it at the beginning of the season, the fact that Randall did need that four to kind of go ahead and give him the 10, 15 minutes if he ever gets in foul trouble. And, we obviously don't want to be running too many miles on Randall and Brunson. And so I feel like he's the perfect guy to come off the bench as well. And so, um, and I think with the same group, I mean, this is a group that Trip trusts, and that's the biggest thing, man. Because these aren't people that Tibbs that Tibbs are questioning. Like these are his guys. These are guys that he likes putting in there, and so
Mhm.
I think as the season goes on, they're gonna keep improving, bro. So for me, if they don't make a move, I'll be content with it because I think this group is gonna continue improving. I like the lineups they've been running with everybody. So I mean, if they keep it up, they keep improving. I'll be straight. I'll be content.
Okay, I mean, I guess. I mean, why you gotta be like boring? Let's make a trade. Let's make it spice it up a little
Nah,
bit.
I
But not.
feel. I
I hear
honestly,
you though. I hear you though. Especially McBride's play. It seems like he's playing with a lot more confidence. We always knew the defense was there, but the fact that he's actually locking in on both ends of the floor, like this is actually pretty surprising. I'm not gonna lie. He has been
yeah.
impressive, but
By the
it's
way, bro,
just
not to cut you off. He just caught a dunk right now, like off the
no.
cuff.
Hey, what?
He just caught a dunk off it, and
Oh
that's what I'm saying.
man.
That energy, man. See, he's making
Yeah,
my
yeah.
point. But
But
go ahead, bro.
look,
My
I'm not
fault. My
falling for that. I'm
fault.
not falling for that. I'm stuck with my guy Malcolm Brogdon. Let's get this guy, man. But
Yeah, nah.
even like you said too, look, you mentioned even Precious Achiuwa. I'm not sold on him either, man. It's just he can't be. Look, all right, I get it. We need to spot Randall, but he's not just spotting Randall. He's spotting Hardenstein as well. We need a little
That's
more
true.
of a boost. Look, first of all, he's 6'9", and he does play. He plays his size. He plays his size, and he's another guy that's actually could play multiple positions. He could guard the 3 or 4. Like he's perfect for the switching type of error. Like non-positionless basketball, or sorry, positionless basketball. And I'm just not sold on him. give me him for like 5 8 minutes when you need it at most, but 15 minutes is just not enough. And then when you heard, look, Mitchell Robinson, there's actually a bit of some good news with Mitchell Robinson for those that haven't heard. Mitchell Robinson is gonna come back this year. He's not out for the season, and unfortunately, he's pretty much gonna be out most of the season though. He's
Right.
gonna be evaluated in somewhere in mid to late February, and then from there, it could be another month or so. So he'll probably be back just in time for the playoffs, or maybe just that last bit of the season. And man, we need somebody. I don't know. Precious. He has been good for me. He's been okay. I
Yeah.
thought he was a better shooter. He has hit a couple threes. So, but he's almost like Harnstein in the way, like, yeah, he could shoot threes, but do you want those guys
You
shooting
kind of
threes?
consistent. Yeah,
Like,
you don't want them relying to it too much. Yeah, no, I get it.
and that's what I feel like with both McBride and Precious. But I'm a little more, I lean with you where I could lean a little more on McBride than I can on Precious. On every night, I could rely on McBride because McBride, at the end of the day, he's playing with confidence, and
Hmm.
just like we saw IQ and RJ in Toronto, that's what we need. That's what we need out here too. And it seems like McBride is taking some of that responsibility and blossoming as a player, which is cool to see.
Nah, that's a fact, bro. And I think the one thing that did go like under the radar is the fact, when the whole trade happened, especially to replace quickly is like, listen, we got Deuce McBride. I mean, this is a guy that we've always, we've been pretty high, we've been pretty positive on because we know the intensity he has, and
Yeah,
so
right.
that's something I definitely like just did not, didn't realize. Well, like, okay, no, it gives guys like Deuce McBride more minutes. Guys that we, in spurts, they showed promise, and so I definitely agree, bro. And honestly, bro, like I said, if they keep the same team, I'm content. If they make a move, that's great too. Because it's like you said, bro. Like if we can get an extra playmaker, and not necessarily to give the same production quickly had, but a little less, which is what Jordan Clarkson, Colin Sexton, Terry
Mhm.
Rozier, players like that. That's the type of again, give 10, 15 shots. Take a little bit of the pressure off Brunson. I'll be with it. So
Yeah,
either or, I think we'd be good.
yeah. Which is why actually I wouldn't want DeJounte Murray here because of the fact that the role that we need isn't the Dejounte Murray role, which is he's more of an on-ball player. Granted, defense is there, uber athletic. I mean, he has superstar athleticism, which
You're
is
right.
always useful, and you could always make use of that any way, any shape or form. But something that motivates a player like that is touching the ball. At the end of the day,
Exactly.
guys like
He
guys
needs
like
the
that
ball in his
needs the
hand.
ball in his hands, and when you got two players, ball dominant players like Julius Randle and Brunson, you're limited to get those touches, and that could turn them off. So
Yeah.
yeah, let's just get somebody that with the
And
role that we
all.
need, with that timeshare that's there, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the move that I would make. Obviously you wouldn't make it, but that's another story. And whoa, what else we got here, man? Oh yeah, man. I wanted to talk about the fan voter. We've been preaching. Nah, Julius is an all-star. Brunson is an all-star. Nah, but Julius is all NBA and this and that. But the fans ain't running to the polls. I mean, I get it. At least Julius Randle, I could say, like, the fans don't really mess with him too much. They're starting to respect him a little more, but they still have a little, they always going to bring up, but Brunson, everybody sold on Brunson. But how in the world is one of the biggest market, New York, where the Knicks dominate? New York, people say New York is a basketball city. Well, I think not. After seeing these results come in, and now we just got the second fan voting in, and yes, okay, Julius Randle has now gotten into the conversation. He is, I believe, he was what was he, eighth? I believe he was eighth. I don't got the list in front of
Let me
me, but
see. I'll
Jalen
look.
Brunson, Jalen Brunson stays at six.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson stays at six with Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Damian Lillard, Trey Young, and Tyrese Halliburton ahead of him. and Julius Randle is in eighth on the front court side with Bam Adebayo, Porzingis, Jalen Brown, Jimmy Butler at four, Jason Tatum at three, Joel Embiid and Giannis. And there's a couple names that I see on the front court side that I'm like, I don't know, man. And then obviously with the whole guard play, I mean the All Star game is a popularity contest already, right? So
Right.
some of these players do make sense, but come
But
on, Nick
nah,
fans.
bro.
Come
Nah,
on,
it's
Nick fans.
crazy. And we
Especially the
sup-
way that we've played. Come on, Nick fans. Like how do
and
you feel about this? Obviously, we've been voting all this whole time, but like is this surprising to you?
yeah, I mean, bro, we're supposed to be obviously I think very highly of the fan base, bro. I think as far as fans, NBA fans, I feel like you'll find a lot of Knicks fans, regardless of whatever success or failures we've had, bro. I feel like we have one of the biggest fan bases in the US. And so for Brunson and Randall to be so low, it is surprising, bro. Because like again, man, I feel like everywhere I go, I will see Knicks fans, and we're doing well. Like we're doing well. Brunson is one of those guards that are talked about as far as one of the elite guards. I mean, listen, man, Randall's he's definitely a polarizing player. He's had his ups and downs, but still, though, you can't knock him from this season. Like this season has been a great season for him. So, yeah, bro, I'm a little surprised, but it's all right. Haters gonna hate. It's cool. Like these two, I expect these two to make it as reserves. So it's all right. The haters, if they don't wanna vote for my guy. They want to vote for guys like Trey Young, people who have,
That's
yeah, they put up
ridiculous, bro.
numbers, but on a losing team, like, come on now, like
That's
what are we
ridiculous.
doing? Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Like, what are we doing? So, I mean, it's whatever. It is what it is. But like I said, I'm very confident that my guys are gonna make it as reserves.
I hope so, bro. Because look, I
Yeah,
mean, obviously all these teams. There's the Bucks. Bucks need at least two. The Celtics might have three players in there, and
I don't think they'll do that. I
I
don't
mean
know.
Jalen. I mean, there's Tatum. There's Jalen Brown. And man,
Derek
there's
White over
Porzingis, bro.
Jay, but
I mean,
Derek,
I, Porzingis and Derek White shouldn't even be in the conversation, but somehow
no,
they're up there in votes. It is confusing to me. Obviously, that they are the number one team in the East, but
but would
damn,
you
it
but
just
would you
doesn't
see
make
but would you
sense.
see them making it as reserves? Like I don't see Porzingis making it over Randall, and I don't see Jalen making it. I don't see Derek White making it over Jalen.
No,
Like
no, no.
those
I
two,
mean, there's a clear
no.
separation with Jalen Brunson and Derek White. Even in the voting, there's from 6 to 7 is like 400,000 votes. So it
Yeah.
does. I mean, like you said, it just hurts because
Nah,
man,
it's
we're New
frustrating,
York is
bro.
is the
Like,
biggest
yeah, we
market,
should we
one of the
shouldn't have
biggest
to.
fan base.
That's a
We're
fact.
on
Like,
Twitter. We're on Twitter fighting with the world, and yet we can't take 2 minutes of our day to just maybe even one. It doesn't even take that long to just let me just vote for Brunson and Randall. We don't need to vote for nobody else. You don't even need to vote for players on the West. Just vote those guys in. It's not
nah,
that
that's a
hard, man.
fact.
It's not
Nah,
that
that's a
hard,
fact,
man.
bro. Like nah, you absolutely right, bro. We should not have to wait for these dudes to go ahead and be reserves. Like these should be, at least Brunson should be a starter.
For
Like I don't
sure.
see any type of guard. I mean, again, if you want to make the case for Giannis over Randall, that's fine. I'll give you that. But I mean, Jalen should be one of those guys that should be
Jalen
definitely in the
should be at
starting five.
least top three, top four, with
Yeah,
right
for
behind
sure.
Tyrese, or right there with Tyrese. Trey
Yeah.
Young, get him out of here.
Nah.
Dame and Donovan, like it should be. Jalen Brown should be
It'll
somewhere
be a
between those
three-way, but
three.
yeah, it'll be like those three are close. I would say Halliburton for the one guard spot, and then yeah, I mean if you want to make the case for either of those three, I'm fine for that. But nah, he should be in that conversation with starters. Like the fact that he's so low, I get you, bro. Nah, it's criminal.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But honestly, I mean, as this game unfolds, it's honestly tough to watch. I mean, like you, I haven't been watching that much. I've been trying to stay
You've
away
been
because
peeping
I
back
don't
and
want
forth. Nah,
I don't want that
me
negativity to
too,
change my
man. Nah,
energy
me
right now.
too.
As you know,
Nah,
we
yeah.
we
Let's
came
not
over
even
here
let's
to
not
talk
even
good
talk
stuff
about it.
about the Knicks. Obviously we threw a little bit of our worries out there, whatnot. But man, oh man, I thought we were gonna win 23 in a row, man. But it is what it is, man. I'm not gonna go crazy on it, man. I
Damn, bro,
can't go
no Luke.
crazy, man. It's a
Damn,
long
bro, no
season. It's just one
Luca.
game. It's just exactly. It's a game that you
That
do not only do you sit there, it's
hurt.
like because first of all, going into this game, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see OG versus Luca. It's gonna be a fun battle. We're gonna our new toy in a sense. We're gonna see our new toy versus one of
Mhm.
the better players in this league, like we saw when we faced against Minnesota. Like I was excited, like yeah. And then he's out. I'm like damn, there goes that. That kind of good competition, good game type of night. But whatever, you take a game, you face the team that's in front of you.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
clearly
bro,
the
we
Knicks saw the team different. They were like, "Oh, now we gonna come in here and we gonna spank these guys."
yeah,
And lo and behold, and mind you, I was talking to one of my coworkers earlier today. I'm like, but I don't want this team to go into this game and look at it like, "Oh, Luca's out, we gonna spank them," because we know in the NBA that's what happens. I know those gamblers, y'all gamblers know that when a superstar is missing, somehow that team with the missing superstar somehow wins the game.
yeah.
People say Vegas is rigged. Well, that when things like that happen, I start to believe it.
I
I
start to
start to
believe it.
believe
I
it.
ain't gonna lie. Oh yeah, nah, yeah, man.
I should have actually hedged on
Have-
my plays honestly and put the
I
low
know,
on the
bro.
on the
I
Mavericks.
don't even talk to me about the betting, man. I don't even want to talk about that either. That's literally a different story. I don't even.
Yeah, we might need
Yeah,
some paid
yeah, bro.
sponsorships based on the money we spend on these apps, man. We need some
Yo,
paid ads
prize, yo, prize
from
pick
one
was
of
good.
these for
Yo,
real.
bet MGM, what's going on?
Was
Like,
good.
yo, talk to us, man, because
Nah, but this
man, I
was a
feel like
fun
a donate.
episode,
I feel like
man.
giving them a donation.
For real, bro. For real, bro. But nah, this was a fun episode. It was nice to be back. I was back in Orlando with the fam, a little time off. But it's a new faces on the team, new energy, like we said. It seems like we're building a championship team. Obviously, the job's not done, but this is a team that, based on the pieces we have, we could match up a lot better with these top teams in the East and even in the NBA. To be realistic,
Right.
so I'm excited, like I said, to see how this is unfold. Make sure to hit them polls, man. Make sure to vote our guys in. I don't want to see six. I want to see my guy Brunson in the top four next time. I want to see Randall over KP at least. Give me that. Give me that. Just over KP. KP has
Yeah,
probably
come on
missed
now.
half the season this year, and yeah, you're talking
Like, come
about
on, Jimmy
KP.
Butler. Yeah, come on, Jimmy Butler. Come on now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we got to do better.
But yeah, Zebo, anything else you wanna hit on before we head out here?
Just keep liking, man, subscribing. Just keep going, keep showing the guys love, man. And yeah, bro, we going, it's gonna be again, man. There's gonna be some good home games. Gonna be some good games. So definitely gonna be tapped in. And yeah, bro, it's good to see you back, man. I know, Triple M right now is on maternity leave, but we definitely gonna have him back soon. And so,
Definitely,
yeah,
definitely.
bro, can't wait to have my guy here soon. But yeah, nah, bro, it was good to see you. Good to see you. And shout out to Omar too, man. He did his thing last week for sure.
Yeah, not for real. Thank you, Omar, for pulling up last week. Yeah,
Yeah,
Def killed it. You too, man. You even showed up, hosted the show last week, and,
bro, this
and I'm
ain't
pretty
easy.
sure, just like I fumbled it, stumbled upon my words to start. Knicks fans wild and brought back the TBT on us. It is Thursday, so now the TBT had to bring back the old intro. But not,
Exactly.
but yeah, man, it's not easy. But once you get the flow down pack, I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
it ends up being smooth like water. But
that's a
nonetheless,
fact.
man, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We have reached that 1,000 milestone, but now it's time to get to that 2K milestone. You dig? So make
Help
sure to
us.
look out. Make sure to tell a friend to tell a friend.
It's a fact.
And next week, next episode, I promise y'all the giveaway is gonna be launched. We've been having some difficulty tallying up all of y'all comments and messages about which was your favorite game. So bear with us, but we're gonna give y'all what we promised. That Jalen Brunson signed hat, is fresh. Triple M got it though. Triple M got it in the safe, so that's gonna come to you in the wrap through mail, meet in person, whatever the case may be. We're gonna get it to you. But thank you guys for joining. This is Nick's Wildin' episode 74.
Appreciate
Peace.
y'all.